So the wars continue. We're told it's for usury for the Rothschild banking system. I can't imagine this Rothschild family can single-handedly control everything, although I do believe a very small group of people can really control the world. Most of us just want to eat and sleep. So we put up with this and that and this and that, and they actually socially engineer us to be the person they want. They probably have some deeper secrets about our past that we're not aware of. But in any event, I think they've got this, the religious Jews dressed in black as either enforcers or, visionaries to direct the whole of humanity. That seems to be what we're living through. We use their paradigms. Every country on earth is using usury, it seems, charging interest rates. Might be the odd exception. But they've really taken control of humanity, and they knock each state down one at a time, particularly ones that don't owe the IMF money. So we're all enslaved to this fiat money system that we know about. But there are some religious Jews that actually protest about the treatment of the Palestinians, and there shouldn't be a state of Israel, but they don't protest about usury. They don't protest that we're all in debt or that the wars are very expensive, Afghanistan, Iraq, all of NATO, etc. So I think their primary concern is the image of the Jew and the identity of the Jew, but not more than that. So, this treatment of the Palestinians is very bad. It's actually very bad for the Jewish empire. It's causing a lot of so-called anti-Semitism. So I think it's rather dubious to just have one issue at fault and not be criticizing all of NATO's imperialistic activities. But there are different sects within these religious Jews, and one of them is called the Lubavitch. And they can be seen on the internet. You can see their pictures of them with every president and prime minister, certainly in the Anglo-Saxon world and many beyond that. They seem to be the most powerful of all the different sects. And they've got offices in every country, and it's clear to see on their website. They list them all. In Mumbai, when there was the terrorist bombings, and the terrorist bombings didn't add up, I might add, some of the terrorists stayed at the Lubavitch house in Mumbai. One can only wonder who gets to stay in London and New York. How you can have a small group of people acting with total impunity and above the law is just unbelievable. But that seems to be what is going on. They just willy-nilly do what is needed. It's true that throughout history, emperors have killed people. Empires have gotten rid of dissidents, and that's still going on. But we're seeing massive bombings. We're seeing massive bombings of whole countries and nations and races being destroyed, one after another. And we, in the West, don't seem to care, really. We're told it's for the resources. It's far more about social engineering in reality. And in the old days, centuries ago, we'd go to Africa, we're told, and seize people and take them back as slaves, to be slaves. But we're doing it, same sort of thing today. We're bombing people to become refugees and then importing them either as asylum seekers or whatever, or going off and, there's human trade and organ trade. And it's all about this total loyalty to fiat money. And it seems that some people are duty-bound to ensure that we're all obsessed with this fiat money system. In Britain, you've got a gambling building in just about definitely in every neighborhood, but beyond that, many in every neighborhood. Lottery tickets, okay, that's minor, but it's still showing a worship to money. And if you become a dissident, you learn more about the value of money, because you see that whoever you're talking to gets picked off with corruption. And it brings us to a point. We hear about the terrible corruption in Afghanistan, etc. Not to suggest it's not going on here. I would say it's going on everywhere. But you wouldn't delegate any responsibility to anyone in a country like Afghanistan unless there was corruption, which is showing their worship to the fiat money system. So there was a famous book written not long ago called The Jewish Century. And it's like we're all into mercantilism. But I don't know, I never read the book, but it does call this the Jewish century that we're all living under. And we're seeing the destruction of the human soul. There's no ability to be compassionate for people you don't know. You know, to champion the cause of the poor untrodden in some other place is not allowed unless it's a campaign that's orchestrated, as we are witnessing in Syria, as we witnessed in Libya, as we witnessed in Iraq. People are demonized, the leaders are demonized when they don't owe the IMF money, and well, that's basically it. When they don't owe the IMF money, they are demonized into devil status, and conflict is created so that every individual on earth will become part of this enslavement. If you can make any contributions, they are most welcome. I thank everyone who has done so in the past. Thank you.